If you homeschool your children, or if you're interested in finding out more about homeschooling, the Tri-Cities Education Association for Christian Homeschoolers, or TEACH, is holding a Homeschool Expo coming up tomorrow. And here with all the details is Jillian Reese. Hey Jillian, how are you?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about this expo. What can folks expect at the expo?
Yeah, so this expo is really a partnership between TEACH and Carter County Drug Prevention, two organizations that I love very much and are doing really awesome things in the community.
Right.
And so folks are welcome just to kind of come out and learn more about homeschooling. There's really stuff from people who are just getting started all the way through maybe you're starting high school homeschooling, or maybe you're just curious, just all different aspects of homeschooling. And then we have a lot of different resources that'll be available too. So things like field trip ideas, curriculum ideas, co-ops, music, dance, all different kinds of things.
What is that first question? Because I think a lot of folks think about homeschooling their children. What's that first question you get from parents when it comes to homeschooling?
I think it's mostly, can I do this? Are we sure that I can do this? It definitely feels really overwhelming in the beginning, but we just have such a great homeschool community in our area that are really welcoming, and just it's great to have folks that are kind of veterans that can come in and help newer homeschoolers if they need to.
Do you know how many folks homeschool within the Tri-Cities area?
I don't. I know that in TEACH there's almost 300 families. So just in that one organization, which is just kind of a drop in the bucket, of course, in the region, we have around 300 families.
And for this expo, you want to invite everyone, even that's even thinking about homeschooling.
Absolutely, yeah. We said that within the last couple years with the pandemic, we've had a lot of accidental homeschoolers, or folks who were kind of forced into homeschooling and then thought like, hey, this is a great fit for our family. And so really everybody's welcome. Anybody that's homeschooling curious, or anybody that's been doing this for 10 years. We just want everybody to come out.
I was going to ask you that question because I think the pandemic, we're kind of coming out of it now, but I think that's on a lot of people's minds. There had to have been an increase in the number of homeschoolers that came to be during the pandemic.
Absolutely, and I think it did something beautiful for homeschooling in that it shifted a lot of folks' perspectives. A lot of folks thought of homeschooling as kind of what it was when I was younger, and had no idea that we have this active community now with all of these hundreds of resources available. And so it did something really beautiful where folks were like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of other people that are doing this, and maybe this is a good fit for our family.
When you think, kind of walk us through your journey in homeschooling.
Sure. So I have 4 kiddos. They're 12, 9, 7, and 5. Okay. And so I am a busy homeschool mama who also works full-time as the director of Carter County Drug Prevention. And so that's what I'll be talking about at the expo, is kind of navigating all that. Can I homeschool and can I work? And so my kiddos have always been homeschooled. They do a lot of work for Carter County Drug Prevention, I will say.
That's their extracurriculars.
That's right. Yeah, but I love the opportunities that both of those things give them. Even things like, when we're doing drug prevention activities, having homeschoolers that are able to be there during the day and engage, with legislators and all different kinds of things because they're homeschooled. It's been a really great journey for my family.
For you, what's the reward of homeschooling?
Well, I'm kind of obsessed with my kids, so I get to see them all the time, and that's really exciting. But I think that the best part about it for me is really being able to focus on what they're interested in. So we took 1 year where my oldest was just really into geology. So instead of just general science, we took that whole year and we went to every cave and every gem mine and, did everything that we could to really foster that passion that he had. And so that's probably the biggest reward for me, is being able to really meet them where they are and kind of, do what they want to do and encourage their learning in ways that they want to learn.
Well, and really quickly on the flip side of that coin, the students. What do you think the reward is for the students?
I think it's really beautiful. We hear a lot about homeschoolers not being socialized, and I think that the opposite is actually true, because our homeschoolers are overly socialized. Not only are we in a classroom setting with kids that are our own age, but we're also out in the community doing different things, volunteering, with people of all different ages and all different, different types of people. And so I think just the socialization is huge, and then just really, again, that being able to focus in on the things that you're really passionate about.
Thank you so much for stopping by, sharing the story of homeschooling with us. Well, we're going to tell everybody about this expo right now. It is coming up tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Elizabethton Parks Rec. Facebook. Check it out, Homeschool Expo 2022.